My loves, I am back. Always sending you peace, blessings, and abundance. I have been getting so much information from like the universe, and this actually happened to me last year when I was supposed to start my YouTube channel, and I just kept like writing down topics and putting them in my iPhone, adding notes, and I had like 50 something topics at the time. And that's when I finally decided, hey, you need to go ahead and do your YouTube channel, which is this year. So excuse me, my headlights are exposed. So I want to definitely go ahead and get into, actually I'm going to expand on sun gazing and a technique that I actually came up with when I was sun gazing. It actually happened today, so I wanted to make sure I express that to you. Excuse me. So I'm actually going to jump right into it because I have a second video that I'm going to do as well, which I know that people will be very, very happy to hear and very curious about, because it's something that I actually thought about myself. So, sun gazing and sun gazing techniques. I'm going to expand on my other video I did on sun gazing. So basically, like I said, sun gazing is a technique that some people call sun eating, because with you taking in the energy from the sun, a lot of times you do not, once you get more proficient at it, you don't need to eat as much. They also call it sun meditation. Okay. All right. So you should basically make every effort to sun gaze every day, like I said in my previous video. However, you want to sun gaze, like I said, for about 5 minutes to an hour. Excuse me, an hour a day. If you're just starting out, you can start out with doing it like maybe at 10 seconds. You can try doing 10-second intervals or whatever until you get more, until your eyes get stronger and they're able to basically focus for a longer point of time. All right. What this does is this creates what I call a healthy habit, because we have habits that are less beneficial, like excessive drinking or excessive really eating, really anything that's a detriment to this temple that we call the body, and that's a detriment to your true self, which is your soul, because your body consists of your ego. That's why when you're an ego, you're so focused on your physical form and how you look, versus when you're focused on your soul, you're more focused on elevating and growing to your higher self, so you can connect the two. They become who you truly are and a better version of who you were. All right. Anywho's, like I was saying, you want to start at 10 seconds if you've never sun gazed before, if you feel if it feels uncomfortable. That's basically what I call taking baby steps towards growing to your goal. All right. If you've been sun gazing for a while, or once you get more proficient at it, you can grow to about 5 minutes, and you can go for, like, if you do the sunrise, you can sun gaze for 5 to 10 minutes during that time, and then you can start breaking it up. So you can take a break, and all the sites, they'll tell you that it's best for you not to sun gaze during any other time but the sunrise and the sunset. However, for me personally, I sun gaze throughout the whole day. If I feel the need to go outdoors, I'll go and sun gaze, because I just follow what my intuition and what my body tells me that I can handle. So once you get to the point that you can sun gaze more, you can break it up into intervals. So even if you start out, you can sun gaze for 10 seconds when the sun rises and 10 seconds when the sun sets. You can break it up in that way, so you're still getting more of the opportunity to basically heal your body and heal yourself. Okay, so once you get more proficient, like I was saying, you can break it up to between 5 and 10 minute intervals of sun gazing. You can start out sun gazing when the sun first rises. Then you can take maybe like 30 minutes, and then you can come back and you can do another 5-10 minutes. You can even do it in breaks like you do for work. So you can sun gaze before you go to work. You can sun gaze on your first break for 5 to 10 minutes, and then take another 5 to 10 minutes during your lunch break. Then when you take your last break of the day at work, you can sun gaze again. And then when you get home, or during dinner time, like before you eat, you can sun gaze. That might help you eat less food. And then before sunset, you can do your last sun gaze for 5 to 10 minutes, and that basically can get you 30 minutes to an hour of sun gazing. However, you're not doing it for just a long period of time, or a long stretch of time. You're doing it in breaks. Okay. All right, so I'm going to talk about some more benefits of sun gazing. So sun gazing benefits, or actually I'll talk about what can increase your sun gazing benefits. So what can increase your sun gazing benefits is being grounded, or what we call, what the Rastas call treading idle. And that's basically you walking on the ground with no shoes, no socks or anything like that, just standing on the ground while you sun gaze. It's actually more beneficial for you to do it that way. However, I get that if you're at work or whatever, you might not feel comfortable at the time, like taking off your shoes. So you can still sun gaze. However, just know that the benefits aren't as great as when you don't have any obstruction between your soles of your feet and the ground. Okay, so make sure that most of the time, though, that when you're sun gazing, that you are treading idle, or you're grounded to the earth. Okay, because like I said, it's increasing the benefits, it's increasing your health by doing so. All right, now I do want to talk about a new technique that I came up with today. Like I said, when I am in my element, I allow my intuition and my higher self to guide me. Like I listen. I'm working on listening, because this is how you know when it's your intuition talking to you. You'll get this like epiphany. You'll get this direction that you need to do something, and then you'll have a voice come and say, give you some type of negative reason as to why you shouldn't do it. That is probably your ego chiming in, trying to block you from growing, because the ego doesn't want to shrink. Okay, so that first message that you receive from your higher self, from the universe, you want to follow that. So basically, when I was sun gazing this AM, my higher self told me to go ahead and put the rock up, like Jay-Z or whatever. However, this is more in a spiritual way of growing myself and growing my body. So knowing that we have solar plexus in the palms of our hands, we have solar plexus on the soles of our feet, my higher self told me to put up my rock, put up my pyramid. Okay, just like the ancients did, in Egypt, and when they created the pyramids and things like that, and making sure that they received a certain type of energy from the cosmos. Okay, so basically I planted my feet in the ground, and I put my rock up, I put my pyramid up, and I was standing with my feet a little apart, but standing straight on the ground, and holding my hands in a diamond shape, and making sure that my pineal gland, so basically I didn't have it directly in my forehead, but making sure that my pineal gland is within view of the rock, and that my two physical eyes are in view of the inside of the rock, inside of the pyramid. Okay, and doing that, by making sure my focal view was good for my pineal gland and for these two physical eyes, I'm making sure that the sun rays are entering my left palm, and that they're exiting my right palm, because remember, your left hand is for receiving, your right hand is for basically giving. Okay, so your left hand receiving the energy from the sun, your right hand is basically transmuting or pushing out that negative energy that's not beneficial for your temple, and that's not beneficial for the type of energy that you want to have in your body. Okay, let me make sure that I am good. All right, also what I noticed is this allows your solar plexus to recharge, because remember that in doing sun gazing, you're recharging your body, and also with grounding, you're recharging your body. You're plugging into Mother Earth, and you're plugging into Father Sun. So you want to make sure that you are giving yourself all of the tools needed, and aiding yourself in getting exactly what you need in order to get the boost of energy you need, and to cleanse and detox your body. All right, let's see. Also, another thing I thought of, this is my nerdy self. I thought of or visualized myself being like a superhero. And when I say hero, because a lot of people like to say shero, that's fine if you like to say that. However, to me, hero is H-E-R, her, O. And it could also be he, H-E, ro. So it, to me, personifies the masculine and the feminine aspects of who we are, of our being. So either way, to me, hero works for the masculine and the feminine side. So I picture myself being a hero, like a superhero, and then you have the you're receiving the rays from the sun, or you're shooting out, so you're receiving the rays of the sun and you're shooting out the rays of the sun, like you're protecting your magnetic field, and you're also charging up your magnetic field at the same time. And then also with your pineal gland, you're taking in the magnetic field, because you know that's the seat of the soul. So you know, it just, it's all in how you picture it. And you know, that's me tapping into like my inner child and my super nerdy self, who loves that type of stuff and who's always loved that type of stuff. Okay, so anywho's, while doing all of that, I was picturing the sun's energy, like I said, shooting into my hand, left hand, exiting out of my right hand, and also entering into my pineal gland. And at the same time, I'm picturing a white light surrounding me, and not just surrounding me, the right light, the white light is rotating around my physical body, and it's shielding me basically from any negative energy, because mosquitoes are that they do the absolute most. Like we have enough mosquitoes, as Jamaicans would say, we have enough mosquitoes here. So when it rains, it makes it even worse. And it rained a couple of days ago, so the mosquitoes will definitely like to come out. And I realized that it definitely is mind over matter. The more I think about it, the more they come. So what I did is I was picturing the white light protecting me from the mosquitoes and any outside, you know, forces trying to come in and distract me from it. And I did still get some mosquito bites, I will not lie. However, it was way less than I've gotten the days before when I've been sun gazing and treading idle. So just think about those types of things. And also, you're visualizing as well, not just the white light going around and protecting you. Like I said, you're visualizing the light from the sun, the spectrum, because it's not, when you're visualizing the light coming from the sun, you're visualizing the spectrum of the rainbow, all of the chakras coming in to your left hand, and then what's exiting out is the negative energy that's not needing. So it's the low vibrational energy coming out, the high vibrational energy coming in to balance all of your chakras, all the way from your root to your crown. Okay. What else? I have like 2.5 pages. All right. Also, before you actually start the process, you should drink water. Really, when you get up for the day, before you eat, like after you, if you want to brush your teeth first, that's fine. Brush your teeth, shower, then drink you some water before you sun gaze. And then after you sun gaze, you want to drink some water. The reason being is because the sun is the masculine energy, so it's your yang energy. And when you drink water, that's the yin energy, so you're giving yourself a balance. Also, you're giving yourself a balance by standing on the earth, because the earth represents the yin energy. So again, it's all about balance. So when you think about, even like with your crystals, when you're trying to think about what you're going to pair, you want to pair a yin and a yang. Okay. All right. Let me get back to it, because that was me going with, you know, my higher self, wherever it guides me. All right. I'm talking about the water. Also, another reason is because the sun is detoxing your body, and the water also detoxes your body. So you're flushing out all the impurities out of your body from the sun and from the water. And by impurities, you're flushing out mucus, because mucus is actually what I call the one and only demon. I'm pretty sure there's other things you can think of as a demon, but to me, mucus is a demon. When mucus is in your body, it is in your brain, which impacts the way you think. So it actually is like a cloud that causes for you not to receive certain information and certain downloads that you need to receive from the universe. And so if you see mucus in your nose, it's not just in your nose, it's in your pores. That's why you get pimples, and that's why I have some now, because I actually went on this sugar fit not too long ago. Like I did a video how I was just had the urge, because with all of the energy that was going on from all the planets in retrograde, and you know, just all the energy that was going on in the universe, the eclipses and everything. So your shadow self was coming out, and it was not pretty. So I was eating all kind of bullshit, and that was causing for me to basically have a little bit of mucus. So I feel like I flushed out a lot of it, because I've really been on my shit when it comes to sun gazing and meditating with certain crystals that actually also that help you in balancing and alleviating some of the toxins that, you know, we take in when we are not as disciplined. But at the same time, when you have a moment when you lapse, I tell you all the time, do not be hard on yourself, because it's all a part of this journey, okay? We've been taught to like basically bash ourselves or judge ourselves. We've been taught to be the judge, jury, and the executioner of ourselves. We need to stop doing that. We need to basically just identify things that we know that are a bit of a weakness or a challenge for us, and work on other ways of transmuting that, so developing some more healthy habits in order to replace the things that we know are unhealthy to us or unbeneficial. But don't be down on yourself. That's actually how it starts leading into stress, anxiety, and depression when you do that. Okay, and that was another me going off, you know, going off and veering off. So I'm gonna come back and bring it back center. Okay, I talked about how so I did already talk about how the sun is the masculine. So the sun basically is giving you a positive charge, the earth is giving you a negative charge, and then both of those balancing together is like a battery. So you're plugging into it and you're recharging your own battery, okay, which is basically recharging your spiritual and your physical battery. It's a win-win process. All right, and I said as my note, it is also connecting us to our source of life for this physical body, the earth from which the physical body comes from, and then the soul, which is projecting this physical body, and the seat of the soul is also recharging that. So again, you're balancing those energies. All right. Also, I meant to mention in my previous video that if you wear like glasses, like prescription glasses, or you like to put on shades, sun as well, you need to remove those before you sun gaze, because those are actually not beneficial. That actually can cause issues with your eyes and with your vision. So you definitely want to sun gaze without any glasses, any obstructions. You can sun gaze through windows as long as they don't have any type of protection on the windows. If they're just regular, like translucent or, you know, transparent glass that you can see through, I should say, then it's fine for you to sun gaze, because that's actually another point. If it feels too strong for you to sun gaze during certain times of the day, you can actually look through a window and you can sun gaze, because that window is a filter, and it allows for, it's basically a buffer, so it allows for the sun to penetrate your eyes without being so strenuous on it. All right. What else? Also, when you're sun gazing, feel free to blink. Blinking is normal. If your eyes do tear up, it's okay that they tear up. That's actually like your eyes cleansing themselves as well. Just think about the rain. When it rains, it's cleansing the earth. Your eyes, this is your earth. The eyes are cleansing themselves, so allow them to run. You don't have to wipe them or anything. Just let them be. They'll clear up on their own, and you'll actually wind up focusing better. What else? If you sun gaze between 10 seconds to 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about some of the things you'll start to feel. You'll start to feel less tense. You'll start to spend less time worrying, which nobody wants to worry. You'll also feel happier, so that when you start feeling happier in yourself, that is a boost in your, and also when you worry less, it's a boost in your serotonin and your melatonin. It'll also boost your self-confidence, so you'll start to feel more self-confident in yourself. Remember that the sun represents the number 1, which is self, which is leadership, which is your self-confidence, and so it makes sense that it will boost your self-confidence, and you'll feel more compassionate for others. So you'll start being less selfish. If you sun gaze between 15 and 30 minutes, your body will begin to be purified of disease and addictions. And also, what happens when you sun gaze between this time, 15 to 30 minutes, the reason being, I should say, that this happens is because when you sun gaze between those periods of time, there is the color spectrum of the sun. Remember that as above, so below. So just like, you see a rainbow in the sky and it represents all the colors of your chakra, the sun has those same colors. When you're sun gazing, you'll actually see the spectrum, the color spectrum, the color wheel on the sun. And so what it does is those lights, those colors are penetrating the life force, basically center of the life force, penetrating each chakra. So because it's penetrating each chakra, it's also penetrating the organs, and the organs also represent a color of the chakra, and also colors represent a frequency. So it's also sending a certain frequency to the respective organs that causes for healing of those organs. So I watched a video of universal frequencies. I know I talk about him a lot, and that's because I do feel synchronicity with a lot of the videos that he posts. Because a lot of times when he posts videos, I actually be like, oh my gosh, I had that thought, and that just shows the synchronicity and the oneness of all of us. And so I'm saying all that to say is that the video he did was talking about sound and how sound can heal your body, because again, sound is on certain frequencies, and sound is actually color, and color is sound. And so when you think about it that way, the colors that are coming from the sun are sound, and they are frequency. So they are sending the correct frequencies to each one of our chakras in order to balance them and put them in alignment. It's almost like, basically, if your body is fully acidic and you need an alkaline diet, the sun is your alkaline diet. So the sun is giving you alkalinity in order to diminish the acidity and increase your alkaline, so that it can balance your body, your pH balance of your body. Think about it that way, okay? Where was I? Because that was another me going off. All right. Also, if you have myopia, you can sun gaze, or you should start off by, after you've done your 10 seconds and you start to increase, you want to stay at like a 15-minute increment per month, and then you gauge and see how good your eyesight. You'll definitely see an increase in your eyesight, seeing it getting better. So once you see your eyesight getting better, then you want to go ahead and you can increase your increments from 15 minutes to 20 to 25 to 30 and so on. All right. You can also include, and actually you should also include a mantra once you get to the 15 to 30 minute increments while you're doing your visualizations. And like I said, it's that healing light, which is always going to be the white light that's surrounding your body. And like I said, I like to visualize it as rotating around my body. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it being almost like on an axis, and then it's rotating around my body, and it's basically protecting, and the white light is also healing at the same time that the sun is healing. And then the mantra that you can say is, I am the sun, I am one with the sun, I am God. You can say these things and repeatedly say these things until you just, continue to elevate yourself and you continue to heal yourself. And I think that's pretty much it for this particular video. I definitely wanted to expand on it. I had a very great comment. I'm not at this moment recalling his name, but he basically gave a great explanation that he's been sun gazing for a year, and he told me that a lot of the things that I said was on point. However, he also pointed out some other things that he noticed, which is when you start sun gazing, and it actually means your pineal gland is open as well, you start seeing energy. You start seeing, it looks like sparkle, like it's sparkling in the sky. And when you sun gaze, it's even more visible to you. So I definitely appreciate your comment, and I thank you for watching my YouTube video. I think everyone that's viewed my YouTube video, even if you haven't liked it or subscribed to my channel, it's still that you connected to my energy in a way, and whatever energy you connect with just know that it's for the better of your soul and the upliftment of your soul, and for mine as well, because we all are one and we're all connected. That's why I always give the heart, because that's really where we're all connected. We are all one love, one blood, so I definitely wanted to send out the positive energy his way for sending it, and the positive energy to the people that have viewed my video and giving me the opportunity or listen to my expression of what the universe is sending me. So I'm going to end the video on this note, guys. Again, I send love out to you always, and you guys just continue to grow in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Listen to your intuition, because it is truly your inner self that is letting you know the next steps to your journey. So talk to you guys later. Peace and love.